so this is me at the day club, okay? I'm just like sitting like, and the hype song comes on. I'm like, let's fucking go! And then like 3 minutes later, I'm like, and then Danny pulls me up on my hands again. I'm like, I don't want to dance anymore, dude. I'm so tired, please. So yeah, that was my roller coaster of energy that entire weekend. It was, or not that weekend, but during the day club, I was just fucking dying. Yeah, let's talk about Vegas. Let's just talk about the weekend. Funny story before I forget, okay? We're on this casino. This is Thursday night. We're on the casino grounds. I met up with Box, and this girl walks up to us and is like, "Oh, can I take a photo with you?" And then Box Turns to me. He's like, "Peter, she's asking you for a photo, right?" And I was like, "No, Albert. I'm pretty sure she approached you, not me. Are you sure?" And I turned to the girl, I was like, "You want to take a picture with him, right?" And she's like, yeah, with Box. She gave me this fucking look like, I don't know who the fuck the Box. And I was like, I just thought it was funny, the look the girl gave me, just like, literally just like, why on God's green earth? Why the fuck would I want to take a photo with you? Like, she conveyed that like feeling, that sentiment in like 0.3 seconds. I was like, yep, I'm back. You know what? I'm actually gonna give you 6 feet so you can just really get that photo together. If you ever see me in person, in public, at all, whatever, and you want to take a photo, hit me up. Sure, do it. I would be happy to. I do remember there's a girl I took a photo with over the weekend. She was like, "Fuck, you're tall." I was like, hell yeah, bitch! Finally, some recognition. That's the one thing I'll say about myself that fucking is actually right. Okay, I am tall, bitch. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try and my very best to recount events that I can remember in order, starting from Thursday, which is the day that we had when we flew in. Do you think I'm up or down from this weekend for gambling? I'm seeing a lot of downs. Wow, no believers? Guess what? I'm fucking up, bitch. I'm up 3K. But yeah, so Thursday we got onto our flight. It was really fast. I think it was the fastest. It was like the shortest flight I've ever been on. I already know that a flight from LA to Vegas is like pretty short, but I think our flight was like 45 minutes, like less than 45 minutes. So I'm extremely paranoid. I tend to go to the airport like an hour and a half early to make sure I make my flight, you know? But I got to the airport like probably 15 minutes before boarding. I love Broden. He's a really good guy, really cool dude. Broden also causes me immense amounts of stress because everything Broden says, I just can't take anything he says at face value. When we arrived in Vegas, you know how those people that hold up the placards with like names on them and stuff? He's like, "Oh yeah, look for Plet," because his last name is here. He's like, "Oh, you got someone to pick us up, bro?" And Broden just looks at me. He's like, and I was like, "Fuck, man, you fucking got me again, dude." Vegas airport has like terminals, has the gates. There's like a tram, like a subway that takes you between the actual flight and the terminal. As we were about to board the subway to get from the gate to the terminal, we saw Skara. Like, Skara was just ahead of us and he got onto the subway before we did. And then we thought that the subway was going to be too full for us. So as me and Broden like approach the door, Broden points at Skara, who's in like a packed subway. He's like, "Hey, look at this loser. Hey, look at this fucking loser." But Broden is essentially pointing at a full car, like a full shuttle of people. And they're just all staring at Broden and me like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And Skara, for whatever fucking reason, is taking like 10 seconds to hear Broden. Me and Broden are just standing with our luggage, right? Like, he's just like, "Hey, look at this loser. Hey, look at this loser. Hey." And I'm just like, Skara is just on his phone. And then eventually he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys?" It was so just physically fucking painful, dude. Sorry, completely forgot. Rewind. So we actually met up with Annie and Box coincidentally, who both happened to be on our flight to Vegas. So it was actually me, Broden, Annie, and Box. So we're just talking about Vegas and gambling, and we're talking about meeting up with Hafu and stuff. And Box asked me like, "Oh, how much does Hafu gamble?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, Hafu gambles a lot." Right? This fucking random guy out of fucking nowhere, I don't know who the fuck, he literally leans into me. He's like, "Not that much." Me, Scar, and Box all freeze. We're just like, what? Like, Yeah, Box was like, yeah, so how much does Hafu gamble? I'm like, oh, dude, Hafu gambles a lot. Random fucking guys. Like,
not that much.
The best thing about that story, though, is that Broden now just says not that much. He just interjects with not that much randomly. Like, I'll just be like, oh no, I'm pretty hungry.
Not that much.
Shut the fuck up, Broden! That was Thursday. We get there, we drop off our stuff. We stay at this hotel called the Palazzo. Thursday night was actually kind of weird because I was not expecting to do anything Thursday night. I thought we were just gonna like fly in, chill, and then go to sleep. But what ended up happening was on the Palazzo like casino floor, we ended up drinking a lot. I bought a lot of drinks. There was a line that was kind of taking long for ordering drinks. So in order to bypass this line, because the bartender, this very sweet lady named Cynthia, I essentially just bought drinks for all the people that were standing in front of us because I just wanted to hurry the fuck up. Like, it was just taking too long. It was just taking too goddamn long. Like, so there's this really cool guy with his girlfriend and he was chatting me up. He was like, he looked at me, he was like, hey man, you're gonna win big this weekend. I already feel it. Is it your birthday? I'm like, no. He's like, well, it should be because you're gonna win a lot this weekend. Yeah, so like I did a lot of dancing. In fact, I did too much dancing because I skinned the fuck out of my heel. Yeah, that's right. Trigger warning foot, but like, yeah, here's this band-aid right here. About the size of a quarter, I have just exposed flesh. So what happened was I bought brand new leather shoes for our suit night, and I got drunk and danced too much in it. And what ended up happening was it formed a blister on my heel, I think about this big. I wiped it with an alcohol wipe that night, and I actually cried. And yeah, I just screamed out in pain. It was so painful because I wanted to make sure I cleaned the wound. You don't use alcohol, but in the movies they always dump vodka on the wound. Are you telling me that movie science is not correct? Wait, that's not right? Wait, I always see like the buff action dude pull out a bottle of vodka, like, and the guy's like, ah, every time. Wait, you guys are telling me that's all fake news? That only works if you're buff yourself? Fuck, sick roast, bro. After that, I just got some Neosporin, some bandages, and that's just what I did the entire weekend. The real like day of partying was Friday, because Friday was when we had our massive joint club night. And that was a lot of fucking fun. But yeah, Friday afternoon, a small group of guys went together to go shopping. I believe it was me, John, Broden, and Anthony, and David, or also known as Cop, I want to say. But yeah, we were just shopping around for accessories, things to wear for that evening. And that was the day that I got a lot of comments about me being Kim Jong-un and me being a generic Asian businessman. So that felt pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, those comments kind of got to me a little bit because a lot of the comments were like gassing up the boys a lot, and then they're like, huh, Peter's a generic Asian businessman. So I was just like, oof. I think that was my mistake because I thought when we were suiting up, we were like suiting up, but like it was more like club suiting up. So I think I maybe looked a little too formal for the night. I did like my Saturday outfit more. It was more black jeans, sneakers, a black button up. With no tie, and I think that was an overall better look for me. Friday we got fucking blasted for Dylan Francis. It was so fun, but that was also when I completely destroyed my heel. That was the night that me and Saikuno took our spicy photo together. I wonder if there's like a safe photo for me to post. All right, this photo's okay. I think I could share this one. So here's me and Saikuno at Dylan Francis. Okay. After the club, we actually went to go gambling. And this was the funny part was I went to a craps table. So if you guys don't know what craps is a game where you basically roll dice. You're gambling on what the dice are going to roll on, and you're trying to not roll specific numbers. For example, you don't want to roll 7 usually. Normally the craps tables I go to, like the minimum bet is 25. Apparently the table that I gambled at was a $100 minimum. I don't recall being at this table at all. I looked at David and I was like, David, where did I get all these chips from? And David just looks at me. He's like, you don't remember, dude? I was like, no. He's like, we went to that craps table and you went crazy at it. Wait, what? I was like, what? When the fuck did this happen? What? That table was like 100 minimum, and you just kept rolling for like 30 minutes. You just kept making everyone money.
This motherfucker don't miss.
And then Myth at the other side of the table, he just like looks at me. He's like, my man. I was like, what? He's like, you did good. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, sure, dude. But yeah, we ended up gambling until like 7 or 8 in the morning, which was really bad because apparently I was on the guest list for a day club that had Madion performing. And yeah, I mean, if you didn't catch it, I randomly woke up. I woke up at 11 and took a shower, and this is me taking a shit the next day and then taking a photo of me. Not taking. This is me in my bathroom in front of the mirror. But then an hour later, Broden wakes me up. He's just like, Peter.
What?
You want to go downstairs in 5 minutes so we go to the day club and catch Madion? I was like, no. I see a message from Sydney in our group chat, and she's like, Peter, all caps. I'm like, oh, Roy, what are we gonna do? Dude, it was Sydney's fucking birthday, though. You can't just not go, man. So yeah, we got up, we rallied, we got some coffee. John woke up too. We all head over to the Cosmo to catch Madion at the day club. I was surprised that we made it to the day club because I really thought we were just gonna sleep in through it. But yeah, we go up. Gigantic fucking pools with just like people everywhere. It's fucking packed. I'm just telling Broden, the Corona Omega virus patient 0 has to be here somewhere, man. And like, it's like, thank God we're all fully vaxxed, bro. Jesus Christ. Thank you to Mo and Ebes for hooking it up. But like, they got us a table at the side of the pool. There was a shit ton of food. I didn't eat any of it because I'd been sitting out for like 15 minutes. I touched one of the California rolls and it was just like, it was hard. And I was like, yeah. But also at the same time, my stomach felt bad from all the drinking the previous night. And I felt like if I had put anything in my body, I would fucking die. This is Saturday now. Yeah, so this is Saturday. Day club, super fun. I think Vegas is really fun, but there are three things that are a constant in Vegas that I will never like. One is the extremely dry, hot weather. I just can't deal, dude. My nostrils die, okay? Literally every morning when I go to take a shower, I spend about like 5 minutes just blowing my nose and getting all like the hardened blood boogers out of my nostrils because my nostrils just dry the fuck out every time. Number 2, I hate cigarette smoke so much. I grew up around my dad who was a constant smoker and I just hated it. I grew up with headaches essentially. But yeah, I hate cigarette smoke. I hate that people can smoke indoors. I just hate it so much. And the third is creepy guys. Sorry, there are so many fucking creepy guys in Vegas, dude. I implore you guys to please look after your friends, man. If you ever go to Vegas, it's constant. It's literally constant. My friend group, not to flex or anything, because I absolutely am right now. My friend group is one of the most good-looking, like one of the best-looking groups of people you could possibly have. This is my circle of hot friends. Okay? This is my circle of hot friends. What's that game called where like you bounce a ball off and you hit bricks? It's kind of like that. Imagine I'm that bar, right? This is me, okay? I'm literally circling around my hot friends, bouncing off these fucking creepy people that are trying to approach from the outside, okay? I'm like a bouncer for my hot circle of friends from these asteroids of creepy dudes. I am the soul. Okay, not soul. A lot of the guys in my friend group were doing this. But yeah, so I'm just this dude. I am like the planetary defense force that is circling planet hot friends, trying to protect it from creepy asteroids. Okay. Imagine Sydney's like right here, and some dude just like approaches like this, like coming in from the corner like this. I just like assess it from across. I'm like. And then I do like the shoulder hug around Sid. I'm like, and then yeah, and then Sid will like give him like the fucking hard answer, the hard no, and then they just walk away. After the day club, okay, so this is me at the day club, okay? I'm just like sitting like, and the hype song comes on. I'm like, let's fucking go! And then like 3 minutes later, I'm like. And then Danny pulls me up on my hands again.
I don't want to dance anymore, dude. I'm so tired, please.
So yeah, that was my roller coaster of energy that entire weekend. It was or not that weekend, but during the day club, I was just fucking dying. So as soon as I got back from the day club, I had to change into my outfit and then head over to the dinner. I was gonna take a nap, but apparently they changed the location of the dinner. Okay, so the day club was at the Cosmopolitan, which is about a 15-minute Uber ride away. I was at the Palazzo. So I Ubered from the Cosmo to the Palazzo, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take like a 20-minute nap, just rest, and then great, because the dinner was supposed to be in the same hotel as the one I was staying in. The dinner was supposed to be at the Palazzo. Message from Hafu. We're actually changing the dinner place to somewhere in the Cosmopolitan. So the dinner went from being in the same hotel that I was already staying at back to the hotel that I just came from. Another thing to note, chat, is that I had not eaten anything yet at that point. Yeah, so I got to dinner and I show up. Sadly, I can only stay for like 30 minutes because I have to be at Ryan's place at a certain time. And what happened was they had postponed their dinner by 30 minutes. So I was gonna be there for about an hour, but I did get to meet, okay, well, did I meet 5UP yet at that point? I met 5UP for the first time at the dinner before Dylan Francis. But yeah, I met Hafu and 5UP for the first time at the Lotus of Siam for that dinner the previous night. But yeah, the next day was when I got to meet the whole crew. So this is the photo we took. Unfortunately, Janet wasn't able to make the dinner because she was, you know, helping with the whole proposal process. She was with keeping Wendy company and stuff. So this is 5UP. This is exactly how he looks. Okay. But yeah, I got to meet Steve for the first time, and I told Steve, yeah, Steve, now that we've actually met in person, now I will feel less weird about going on hikes with you. And then Steve's like, we're going on hikes? And I said, no, you're much worse than I remember. Or than I anticipated. Dude, DK is so handsome, bro. Mwah, DK, you're such a dude, he's a hot guy. I'm so sad because when I was sitting at the table, I was like diagonally across from him. I was basically as far from him as I possibly could. And DK, I'm not gonna lie, you were telling a lot of stories to me, but I couldn't hear anything. And I just like nodded and laughed along half the time because I didn't want you to keep repeating yourself, homie. Next time we'll grab a beer or something, like mano a mano. We'll be right next to each other, okay? I got to meet everyone. This is Dumb Dog. This is Chris. This is I think he's a fan. He was really cringe. Hafu. Got Dog, Steven, DK, and 5UP. We had our dinner, okay? I left, I took an Uber, I ordered an Uber to Ryan's place, right? I'm in the Uber approaches the front gate. They have to check my ID and see that it's correct and that I'm cleared to enter. They open the gate and the Uber driver goes up and you just see mansion. And then she drops me off in front of Ryan's house. She's like, this is a really nice neighborhood. Have a nice day. I was like, yeah, thank you. All right, goodbye. It took me a second to like look through his backyard. I'd be like, oh wait, I just see the entirety of Nevada from your backyard. What? Is that legal? So Abe was there, Edison was there, Leslie was there. Like there's like a handful of people already there. We're just waiting. We're waiting for the big moment. Abe and Ryan are like talking with us. They're discussing it. So like, yeah, guys, we're gonna propose outside. In the backyard, you guys are gonna hide in this corner, and then we'll bring Lily and Michael will be like bringing her outside, and that's when I'll, you know, propose. Meanwhile, I'm just like looking at Abe. I'm like, you're gonna put something over your tank top, right, bro? Like, you're not. There's no fucking way you're proposing to your tank top, right, dude? Like, I know this is kind of a meme, and we're memers, but like, you're gonna put something on, right? And then he shows me the leather jacket. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, dude. That jacket fucks. We just start fucking with Abe a little bit. And Pokey's like, clutch your kick! How the fuck are you gonna call clutch your kick when this man's about to propose, bro? Like, what the fuck? And then it happens. Ryan's like, gets a call. He's like, oh, they're already through the front gate. We hear Michael and Wendy and Lily just like talking to each other. And we're just like, you could hear like the crickets outside and like the fire crackling. And we're just waiting. And all of a sudden, Michael and Lily go out the backyard first, but they didn't know what the plan was. So they're like, oh shit. So they like back up into the house, and Wendy's like, okay. Wendy sees Abe in the backyard standing by himself, and then he just goes and grabs her and pulls her out. And then he does the worst thing in the entirety of the planet, okay? He pulls Wendy right behind a fucking column that completely blocks all of our views of what's happening. None of us say anything, obviously, because he's in the middle of a goddamn proposal. But literally, there is a column, okay? There is a column like this, right? And we're like, oh, it's gonna... Wait. Abe, and then you see the entirety of our friend group fucking shift to the side so we can see what's happening. Couldn't say shit, Abe. But yeah, he gets down on one knee He kneels down in his white socks that are dirty from standing outside and in his tank top that's covered by that jacket that fucks. And he says, Wendy, will you marry me? And she says, yes. And the crowd goes fucking buck wild. The girls immediately just like storm Wendy to give her hugs. All the guys are like staying tough. We're like, yeah, that was good. But yeah, something about this, it just hit me. Like I cried. I definitely cried, and I was like, okay. I was standing in the back. I was like, okay, no one saw me cry. Abe, I swear to God, if you proposed in that tank top, I was gonna fucking push you into the goddamn pool. Thank God you had a jacket that fucks. The jacket was Ryan's. Ryan, thank fuck, man. Thank the fucking Lord, dude. Yeah, but after that, I was already suited up. I was ready. I Ubered back with John to go see DJ Mustard. So this was a hip-hop club in, I believe it was the Cosmo again. So me and John were walking over to the club, right? And these two girls recognized me. So they're like, oh my God, are you Peter? Can we take a photo? I was like, sure. And I called over to John. I was like, John, you want to take a photo with these girls? And these girls went, oh my God, is that John? Is that John? And I was like, okay. After DJ Mustard, we did go to Clubmore, or not Clubmore, sorry. We went to Gamblemore, and we ended up gambling from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Yeah, so yeah, we gambled until 8 in the morning. We went to sleep. We had checkout at noon, so we woke up at 11:30. Yeah, so we slept from 8 to 11:30. Sunday morning, everyone woke up. We felt like shit. We did a little more gambling. There wasn't really much that happened Sunday. Like, a lot of us were just like parting ways because a lot of people were leaving at different times. Did you miss DN too? Obliterator. What's DN? I've never heard of it before. What could that possibly be?